Hi everybody, welcome back to GS Tech. Guys, we are going to learning about Tesla clone. Guys, that's amazing. Okay, guys, first of all, we have a navbar with very awesome hovering effects. Guys, looks, it's very cool. Okay, when I goes on, wow, beautiful animations. Guys, really amazing. Okay, and guys, this website going to be full epic for you. Guys, we are going to use their style components. Okay, style components is a full version of HTML CSS. Guys, look, we have very beautiful footer. Okay, so guys, you already know that Teslas are amazing in the world. And when I go to official website of Tesla, guys, look, our website, this website goes to the same. Very beautiful, guys, very beautiful. Okay, so and guys, our website is fully responsive for every devices. When I go to small screen, the navbar should be hide. Wow, awesome, guys, this is beautiful. Okay, now we have an awesome mobile menu which is also fully responsive. Guys, look, at very small screen it is also fully responsive. Guys, look, amazing, guys, amazing. So we are going to use their media queries for small devices. Okay, let's start now this project. Guys, to design and develop this project, we need to set up our project. Okay, go to your directory where you want to set up your project. Okay, I just now I open in the terminal this folder. Okay, guys, if you have no feature in your Windows 10, open in the terminal. Okay, you go to Microsoft Store and search their Windows terminal and download it from there. Okay, after installing, you found this feature, open this folder in the terminal. Okay, and I am going to install my project from there. Otherwise, what you can do, go to your command prompt and just type the command where you want to install. For example, I want to install this project in the G directory. Simply I just typing there npx create react app. Okay, so and our project name. Okay, pass enter and your project goes to install. Okay, but the terminal which looks me better, so I am going to install it from there. Okay, it is the built-in PowerShell. Okay, that's amazing. Now I increase this one side, I show you. Okay, I just typing the command there of our project npx create react app, and now our project name will be Tesla clone, and I just type there YT for the YouTube. Okay, so enter, and it takes a couple of minutes to set up. Okay, now wait until it's installing. Okay, guys, our project has installed successfully. We need to set up in our VS Code. I just moved to Tesla clone folder. Okay, and enter. Now just type a command code dot slash. Guys, this command allows us to open the VS Code this project. Okay, enter, and it goes to be open in the VS Code. Guys, it's the beauty of terminal. Okay, guys, if you don't now about this command, if you not want to open there, okay, you have another method. I am just opening the new screen for you of VS Code. When you get this welcome screen, okay, I am created out everything, also this one. And now what you can do, go open folder, okay. In the G drive I have my project, so again I opening from there, okay. So this is also a method. So guys, we also have a new terminal in VS Code which is built in. Open the new terminal from there and just type npm start. Guys, npm start is just a script runner for our development server, okay. So you can also say that you are going to set up your also own VM8 engine or virtual machine for our project, okay. This is the beauty of React. We are going to do everything in JavaScript, okay. Guys, I also told you you can check out my video. I provide you link in the description. I explain everything from scratch, okay, how you can install your VS Code, Node.js and your React app, each and everything, okay. So guys, this is our project. If I show you the message there as a demo, I just type there Tesla clone welcome, okay. So you see it's going to compile. We do not need to any just save, okay. This is the beauty of React, okay. Now I am just increasing the font size of VS Code. Now I am delete this source file, okay, and again just create a new folder there, source. We are going to start everything from scratch, so I delete you, okay. Now just create again a file index.js, also app.js and also app.css, which we are used for global CSS, okay. And now go to public folder, delete this robo.txt file, also delete this both logos which required our space, okay. Now go to manifest.json file and delete this JSON, okay. So it's not give me a warning, okay. Cut out this one and go to index.html and just type there our project title like Tesla clone, okay. And also I am giving the my community tag JS tag, okay. So guys, we are only working on a one dev, okay. This is React, okay. Now just cut it this file and add some global CSS, okay. I just start there, margin will be 0 of our DOM, okay. Also padding will be 0 and their list style type will also be none, okay. And maybe it is not applied globally, okay. Just now just add a box sizing, yes, border box. And also we need to add some Google fonts, okay. Go to Google and just type there Google fonts, okay. And after searching the Google fonts website, just type there Ubuntu, okay. Select this first style which is, and also this one, okay, and also 500, okay. And after selecting this, copy this and we need to just import at the top of our CSS file, okay. Now again copy this CSS rule specify families. Now add global this one. We need also a one more font family there which is the Madurai, okay, Hind Madurai, which is very awesome font for our project. Also select from there this 300 or 400 and 500, okay. Now add import again, also select this URL from there and paste instead of this one because we are also importing both families. Now just select there and create a class there, Madurai font, okay, and just add. Now guys, this is our global CSS setup, okay. We also add one more CSS properties, but it's later. Now go to app.js. I just type there RFCE. It is a code snippet which is provided by an extension. Go to extension. We need to install just type there ES6, and it's goes to be displaying. Yes, first you need to install double ES6 this extension, and also you need to install one more extension there. If I type there ES7, yes, it shows me this one. Yes guys, you also need to install ES7 React Redux graphical React Native snippets. It allows us to add snippets in our code, which helps us a lot more to write the code. Okay, so after installing that, activate this extension and I goes back. If I again type there RAFCE, enter, and you see we have a suggestion and our code snippet. Now this I am going to type there welcome to Tesla clone. Guys, yes, I am also going to add some emojis. Okay, now in the index.js we need to import our React from React. Okay, and also import their React DOM. Okay, React DOM from React DOM, and we need to render our React DOM in a specific ID. Okay, I just start there React DOM and dot render, and just terminate this one. Now create a React fragment. In this React fragment we need to call our app.js and also import their app from /app.js. Okay, and also we need to import there our CSS file. Okay, and just type there /app.css. It's imported. Now just add a comma there after a fragment, and we need to select our DOM by a selector which is document. Okay, document dot get element by ID, and just add a ID root. Okay, so after saving this one, if I goes back, refresh this one. Okay, we need to just kill the terminal from there. Okay, I killing the terminal, I again starting the new terminal, because we are editing the files and it's be called a stroke to JavaScript. Okay, so just type there npm start, and now it's again run our script, and it should be compile our setup. Okay, now our compile. Yes, development server is starting and it's loading and loading. Okay, finally guys, we have our project message, welcome to Tesla clone. Okay, now guys, we need to install one more dependencies there like style components. Okay, just type the style components, and guys, style components is just actual CSS HTML for ECMAScript. Okay guys, it is a way to build our website with a component. Okay, it's scope a component. Okay, so just copy the script from there, npm install style component, but we are using the yarn. Okay, but we are using the yarn, we need to just split the terminal from there. Okay, just click on this plus and it goes to be splitting. Now just type there yarn add and style components. Okay, enter, and it goes to be installing. Guys, till the style component is installing, I show you something. Okay, go back to our project. Okay, goes back to our project. Yes, now guys, if I give you a annotation. Okay, first of all guys, we have a background image. Okay, and just after background image we have a container. Okay, inside this container we have this item tags, and just after this item tags we have this one groups, and after this one groups we have a one more thing is that this icon. Okay, it is the structure of our website. for a single component. And guys, this is also a component. Okay, it is our nav bar. Okay, now if I goes down there at the footer, and guys, now there in React.js, it is also our a single component. Okay, and guys, you see a little bit different there. We have two buttons in other section, but there we have single buttons, and in the first section we have this drop down, and now there's nothing drop down in every another section. So how it's possible? Yes guys, it's possible. Now let's start. Okay, I'm going to clear this one. Now guys, I am just closing this. Go back to our VS Code. Yes, it's almost installed. Delete this another terminal. Okay, and now we need to create a one more there. I am going to set up our folder structure, create a component. Okay, yes, just type there components. Now inside this component, create a one more folder there, home, and inside again component, create a one more folder called navbar. Okay guys, look, inside component we have two folders, home and navbar. Okay, and inside the component create a one more file there, home.js. Okay, and create also one more file there, footer.js. Just simple. Okay, and also goes to the home, create a file there, models.js. Okay guys, again understand the folder structure. Okay, we have a component folder which is main. Inside there we have two folders and two files, footer and home.js, and inside the home.js we have module.js, and also in the navbar we also need to create a navbar.js and create a one more file inside the navbar, which is we are going to create a API. Just type there api.js. Okay, so I am going to cutting out everything from there, cut and cut. Okay, first go to source, open the components, go to home.js, just type there rfce, and it's going to be create a boilerplate for us. Now again go to the models.js, just type there rfce. Guys, our actual working will be inside the models.js. Okay, just start there, welcome to Tesla from other world. It's amazing guys. I am going to just show you a message from this component. Okay, we need to render this component inside the home.js. Okay, we need to import these models from where? We need to import this from there, home, and just after that .js. Okay, it's important. Now what we need to do, go to app.js, which is our actual component. Just we need to import home.js. Okay, so just also write there home.js. When I goes back to there after compiling, look guys, it's awesome guys, awesome. We created a component, and it's rendering our document. Now guys, React creates us for a sense to do work. Okay, to do web development, web designing. Okay, in the models.js, guys, I just added a one more folder there. Just this images will be provided you by a link in description. You can also download from there, or you can also download from my GitHub account. Okay, so I just decreasing there. Now first of all guys, again we need to understand the sense. We have a background image. Okay, first we write our background image, just type their background. Okay, if I say that, it shows me an error which is background not defined, because it's a component. It's a component. We need to just import our style from where style components. Okay, style components. Now just after that create a const which is data type. Okay, and just after that we need to type their background, which is equal to our style dot main, which is style dot section. Okay, style dot section, and now it is backticks. Okay, and just terminate. Guys, it is a syntax of style components. You see, it is compiled, we have no errors. Now we need to just render our image in the style component. I am using just simple CSS. Just we need to import the URL there, and also we need to add a background size which is cover. Okay, you should be now that what is background size, background position, and background position there, center, background repeat. We don't need to repeat the background, and just add a minimum height there which is horizontal. Now just okay, now we need to import the URL there. Okay, you can drop from the Google and import. Otherwise we have also images folder. I am grabbing from there. Guys, just start there, import. Okay, we need to add a selector to select our URL. Okay, so it's simply just like as our in the JS, just like as let image and background style whatsoever. Okay, now just start there, background image. Okay, from where we have dot slash, we have dot slash, we have dot slash images. Inside their images we have Tesla core 1.jpg. Now just copy this selector, paste there. When you paste there, it's not working. We need to just write there in brackets and just this dollar. We are using their ECMAScript. It is a syntax of ES6. Okay, now save the changes, go back to there. Boom guys, we have our Tesla image. Okay, it's amazing guys, amazing. This card is amazing, really lovely. Okay, now go back to our work. Now just add a container. Okay, inside this container we have our text items. What? Items. Okay, just after text items we have our bun item. Okay, inside this bun items we have our bun group. Okay, and now it's also be a component. We need to define there just as a const. Okay, just as a const, just container, and just type there style.div, and again in the backticks we have this one. Okay, I am just adding the names there. Okay, sorry, just bun items. Yes, it's also be a div. Okay, bun item, it's also be a div, and this bun groups, it's also be a div. Okay, so save the changes, go back to there. I want to display one more difference there. Okay, now guys, I am inspecting there. We have first our section, we have our container div. Inside this container, this one guys, you need to focus in the right side, this one, we have our bun item div, and just our bun group div. Wow guys, awesome guys, you see we just working on components. Okay, just a components guys, it is the actual working of JavaScript. Okay, so we need to just add the data in the text item. Guys, I am just adding their dummy data. Now guys, inside the text item we have first our h1 and our pre-tag. Okay, you need to just write as a demo there, but we later add a dynamic data. Inside this bun groups we have also two guys. These bun groups will be custom order and existing inventory. I am just copy paste from previous project. Okay, so just add a drop down image there. I already imported, and now just after bun groups closing div, just add a image tag. Okay, add a source. This will be drop down. Okay, this one, yes, and also add a alternative attribute will be image slash drop down. Just add. Okay, so it is showing there with cool, very cool. Okay, so now we need to add just style. Okay, inside this container we have width 95%, margin will be 0, and the auto. Okay, and guys, inside this text item first we have h1, and just after that we have this pre-tag. To this h1, first of all add font weight 500 and font size will be 3 rem. Also add a color to their h1 will be h171 a 20c. Okay, 20cc. And now just after that, to this font, to this p tag, just add a font weight will be 300. Yes. Okay. So now go back to their cool, just really cool. Now guys, we have this one item, and inside this one item we have this image tag. Okay, we are directly using the tags inside the style components. Okay, it is the beauty of style components. To this image height, width will be 24 pixel and height also 24 pixel. Okay, object fit, this one will be contain, opacity will be 1, and z index will be 1500, and also add a margin to there 3vh from the top to rem from right, and bottom 0 left 0. Also add their overflow will be hidden. Now go back, boom guys, it's cool. Now just style these buns. Okay, and inside the bun groups we have two buns. Okay, so it's basically a flex box system. Just add a flex box there, display flex, line item center, justify content will be center, and flex direction of this flex box will be draw. Okay, so save the changes. Now just again directly add the bun. Okay, now to this bun, first of all, outline will be none. Okay, border of this bun will be also none. Text transform uppercase. Okay, just add a padding there will be 0.8 rem or 5 rem. Okay, now just add margin to this one will be 0, or left right will be 10 pixel. Okay, and just after that we need to add a font size and font weight. Font size will be 14 pixel. Okay, and font weight, yes, font weight will be 400. Okay, now just add a transition there. Transition all 0.7s is in out. Save the changes, go back there, and we have these buns. Okay, which is cool. Yes, just add a border radius. Okay, border radius will be there 100 pixels. Really cool guys, really cool. Now we need to adjust these colors. Okay, I am going to add classes. Guys, I just added the classes to these buns. To first bun, just add class left btn, and second bun just add right btn. Okay, save the changes, go back to app.css. I just add some background color and colors to these buns. Okay, focus on these colors. Save changes, go back to there, and guys, we have this awesome cool design. Okay, so again go back to this, and we need to add just flexbox inside the model.js. Okay, yes, to this container just add display flex, align items will be centered, flex direction of this will be column, justify content will be space. Okay, just center. Now go back to there, and guys, okay, just add a minimum height to there. Okay, minimum height of this one will be 100 vh. Okay, yes, it's cool. Maybe instead of this center we need to just add space between. It's cool guys, really cool. Add just text align center. Okay, text align will be center. Again, it's cool. Now we need to just add margin, sorry, padding top from there. Okay, and instead of this just add 91 vh, or to this text item just add padding top will be 11 rem. Okay, now guys, it's really cool. We already created same. Okay, now just add this animation to this image. Now guys, just go back to VS Code, and inside this image I am going to add animation. The animation name will be animate down, or its time will be 1.5s, and it goes to be infinite. Save the changes, go to app.css. We need to add keyframes animation function of CSS. Okay, its initial value will be 0 till the 100%, and its transform translate by 0. At 40% it will be 5 pixel, at 60% it will be 3 pixel. So it takes a lot of time, so I just copy paste from my previous projects. Okay, Now go back to there, and guys, you see it's animating. Now guys, we need to add these sections. Okay, so these sections will be dynamic. Okay, and VS Code goes to home.js, and just before this model we need to add a component. There will be main. Okay, inside this main component, call this models. Okay, so now we need to again define this components. Okay, style dot main. Okay, and just terminate. Import this style from style components. Okay, terminate. To this main, I am going to add some width will be auto, height auto, overflow also auto, and scroll behavior will be smooth. Scroll snap alignment will be initial. Scroll snap type will be mandatory. Now go back to there and refresh. There no difference, but when it goes to be a more components, it's be a different. Okay, so if I copy this one, and it goes to be many components. Look. Okay, so guys, we need to create more files for every component, but it's our guys. So inside of this mouse component, I am using their props. Props will like a parameter to a function. Guys, the models.js a fat arrow function. Okay, it's a fat arrow function, and it always returning a something like this. Okay, so we need to add props. First I am adding the prop will be their title, our will be model s. Okay, to show difference I just type their model x, and text again will be same tagline. Okay, this is tagline, order online for Tesla's delivery. Okay, so the background image to this one will be a different. Okay, and now drop down also there will be same. Okay, drop down, and just after that we have our left btn. Okay, sorry, left btn, and left btn will be custom order. Okay, and now there right btn will be existing inventory. Okay, existing inventory. Yes. Okay, add paths to this background image and drop down image. Okay, again I am copying from there this path, paste there. Okay, this background image will be goes to there. Okay, this time the background image I am choosing a different. Okay, to see you a difference. Okay, now just add this one. Okay, and the background image will be this time Tesla car 2. Yes, it's added. Okay, just remove this dots. Yes, it's compiled successfully. Again, it's not a difference, but when we call this component in the models.js, okay, it shows us a different look. Okay, now I am just going to compiling. If I type there a parameter props and just console these props. Okay, go to Google, just inspect this one. In the console we have a message like object. Okay, and in this object we have everything. Guys, it's cool, it's very cool. It looks like as a API. Okay, so if I say that props dot, first we need a title. In the console, guys, we have model X. It's really cool, guys, it's really cool. Now we need to unpack all the titles. So I just add a array destructor. Okay, inside this array destructor I just adding our title, text, and this all these parameters will be left btn. Okay, and also this right btn. Okay, and where this one will be background image. Yes. Okay, now also this drop down image. Guys, everything goes to be as a parameter. Okay, now instead of this model as string, I am just adding a title. Now I am going to save changes, go back to the, guys, looks, it's cool, really cool guys, it's really cool. Okay, now again we need to show this tagline. Okay, just add their text. Guys, it's really cool. Okay, now instead of this one, I am going to write their left boolean, okay, which will be in the brackets. Okay, again it goes to be in the brackets, or sorry, small parentheses. Okay, now this time drop down will be this one. If I give background image as a parameter there, it's give me an error, background image is not defined. Okay, look, background image is not defined. So we need to add this background image in the internal CS. Okay, in the internal CSS. So just add a background, and again in the backticks we have a URL. Just add a $sign and this background image. Okay, just add a comma, and to this background image we have something size. Background size will be goes covered. Okay, and background position will also goes center. Okay, and background repeat, no repeat. Okay, so we almost complete our website. Okay, I am removing just all these things, and it shows me a warning. Yes, it's this warning, delete this one. Now boom guys, it's cool guys. How is cool that? Okay, it's the working of React guys. We just write 2 lines of code and all the sections created. It's cool guys. If I goes back to VS Code again, and now in the home.js I just simple copies this models one time. Again I just type there model Y, and tagline also same, this one also same, and this image selector will be same, but this time this image path goes to be different, like 3. Okay, and this image background will be 2. Now just add their background image 2. Okay, save changes, go back to there, and boom guys, we have an awesome section. Guys, how is cool that? Okay, we are working in the pure JavaScript guys, it's really cool. Now I am going to adding all the values in front of these parameters, and now guys I added all those values inside our sections according to our sections. Okay, this is model Y, model 3, model X, and this is solar section, solar for new roofs, accessories. Now go back to the website, and it's looking like something. Wow, beautiful, really cool guys, really cool. I love the Tesla, it's amazing guys. You see, we have all those sections. Okay, but in our real-time website it's a difference. In first section we have this drop down, and in other section we have just 2 buttons inside of drop downs. Okay, and in other sections we have also 2 buttons, but there is no drop down. Okay, but in the last section we have no taglines, and we have only 1 button. But in there, in our website which we are working, it's drop down. In every time, every section there is a drop down, and there is 2 buttons and our tagline. Guys, really cool. We need to remove just this one. Okay, we need to add just validations. Now let's go to VS Code, move to the first section. Okay, and just you will need to add a 1 parameter more. If drop down exists, we need to add a logic there, untag this parameter there, and now just say that if drop down exists. Okay, and this goes to be in the brackets. Okay, now just we are using AND operator. It is basically logical operators. We need to add a logic like if else condition. If drop down exists there, and we need to render this image in the first section, otherwise no need. Okay, so go back and you see in just first section it is rendering, otherwise in other section there is no drop down. It is a beauty of React, we are using their logic. Okay, so now we don't need this one or this tagline. Okay, so go back to home.js. okay, first we need to remove this drop down arrow, okay, from other sections till the end. Yes, and now I am also removing this one from there. Okay, and also this right button. Go back to there and you see a difference. We have no tagline and no right button, but it is still in left side, not in center, but there it is in center. Okay, how it's that? Okay, now we need to add a one more validation there. Just copy this right button. Okay, we need to say that if right button exists then show, otherwise we no need this right button. Just simple guys, it's up to your logic. This is the power of JavaScript. We are using their logics, not a more codes. Okay, so it is the beauty of React. Now we need to just add black button. There is black button, and again there. Okay, in three tones we have black button, and other section we no need this black button. Okay, now guys, again go back to the app.css. we need to add this class black color. Okay, you must need to write important there. Okay, just add this class, just write this class. Okay, now go to home.js. I am writing there in the loss section if black color exists, and in the solar section, and also in the lowest solar panel, this one. Okay guys, in the last three sections I am just write a parameter if black color exists. Okay, if black color exists. Now we need to unpack this parameter there. Okay, there. Now what I am gonna say, I am gonna say that instead of this class, just add a class name again and just add a backticks. In this backticks, first we need to write left boolean. Okay, and again we need to write this dollar and brackets. Okay, in this I am gonna say that if black color exists then show, otherwise we no need to write this black color. Okay, just add this class there. Guys, this is the power of React. We are adding a classes biologically. Okay, boom guys, it's awesome, really cool, really cool. Okay, and maybe we need to add black color there, so I am just go back and copy again this parameter there. I am just typing there black color. Guys, how is cool that? We are working in the pure JavaScript. Guys, it's cool, really cool. I loved it. Okay, so guys, approximately our website complete. Okay, now guys, we need to add some media queries in our website. So if I goes back to there, it's fully responsive every time. Okay, it's fully responsive every time. Okay, for every mobile devices it's fully responsive. Yes, it's fully responsive. So how you can create this cool. Okay, now go back to VS Code. I am using some media queries for every component. Okay, I am copy pasting from previous project. It takes a lot of time of you, so I am just copy pasting. Guys, you need to just focus on my code. Write these media queries for your project. Okay, first we decrease the background height. Okay, our background image height, and at 1200 max to minimum width 768 pixel. The minimum height will be this. Similarly, for small devices the minimum height will be this. Okay, also we need to decrease the height of container. Okay, now similarly also we need to remove some padding for every devices. Okay guys, just focus on my code and write these media queries. Okay, and also you need to just write these media queries. Okay, for h1 tag and for p tag just write these media queries. Okay guys, I am not writing these media queries because it takes a lot of time, so you can also add by own. Is therefore I just show you. And now for this image I write this media query. Okay, now just write there. Okay, similarly for the buttons I write these media queries, and
Instead of this one, I am going to write there 17 rem or just write there 14 rem. Now save, compile it successfully, go back to your website. Okay, if I inspect this side, okay, and it is set to default for small device. Awesome guys, really cool. It's really cool, but there we need to add flexbox in blog. Okay, we need to add flexbox in blog. Yes, I just write for you what I gonna say that there we need to write flexbox in column. I just changes the flex direction in column. Okay, and yes, also align items centers, justify content center. Save the changes, go back there, refresh. Boom guys, we have very awesome design of our website. It's cool guys. Again I am asking you, how is cool that we are working on pure JavaScript and our website is ready for every devices. Guys, you can attach this website in your portfolio for apply a job. Wow, boom guys, if I show you a very small screen like iPhone SE 5, boom guys, it's really cool. Okay, so now again go back to our work. Okay, again go back to our work. We are going to add this awesome nav bar, okay, so go to the navbar.js. okay, again I'll already boilerplate ready. Okay, you need to just write RFCE and your boilerplate ready. I just say that navbar. Okay, we need to call this navbar in the app.js there. Okay, I just type there nav bar, and again it is automatically importing. It is the power of our extension that we installed previously. Okay, it is imported from navbar folder, navbar.js. okay, now goes to there and it's displaying me a message navbar. Okay, that's really cool. Okay, so in the navbar.js I am just typing there Tesla nav. Okay, Tesla nav. Inside this Tesla nav we have this beautiful logo, this menu and this menu. Okay, so what I am going to type there, I am going to type there nav brand. Inside this nav brand we have this Tesla logo in the image which is SVG. Okay, so I am importing their Tesla logo from dot slash images, and it's the like yes, where there is our logo, Tesla logo dot svg. Okay, so just dot svg. Now just add this selector there, add a alternative name to this one. Again I am saying that's Tesla logo image. Okay, so now we need to add a menu. I am just type there nav menu. Okay, otherwise what we can do that we add just a ul. Okay, in this ul we have a li, and guys we need to write there just navlink, but with navlink is compiled on the base of React.DOM. I am not going to confuse you about React.DOM, so therefore I am not using the React.DOM. In the next project we are going to use React.DOM. Okay, simply I am using their p tag for our navlinks. Okay, so just add one more class there, navlinks. Okay, we are using directly tags. Yes, now just add model. First we have model s. Okay, after adding all the links, I just write these navlinks. Okay, you also need to write these navlinks. Okay, now we need to style this one. Go to bottom and just add a const. Okay, and Tesla nav style dot as a div. Okay, maybe it's we need a nav. Yes, we need a nav. Okay, we need to import our style components, style from components. Okay, yes, it's good, very good. Okay, first of all, we need to add a flex box there, and again I am defining this one. Yes, nav brand style dot div. Okay, first of all, we need to add a flex box in the Tesla nav and UL. Okay, now I am going to say that display will be flex, a line item will be centered, justify content will be centered, and flex direction will be row. Guys, I show you what is the working of flex direction. If I go to back there and refresh, it is rendering as it is, everything rendering very cool. And when I say that flex direction will be row, you see, okay, it's not going to be in row. We need to just add a flex box in the UL. Okay, just add a line item center. Yes, how is cool that we are working on the pure CSS. Okay, now we need to just set up this our logo. Okay, first of all, I am doing in the navbar brand, we have this logo, and this width will be going to be 87 pixel, height its photo, and also we need to write the object with contain opacity 1. Okay, yes, it's cool, really cool, it's awesome. Now just inside this UL we have a li. There we need to write this list style type none. Okay, inside this li we have this p tag, and to this p tag we need to add just some padding. Okay, we need to add just some padding 0.3 rem or 0.5 rem. Okay, and just remove this one, add a margin there 0.1 rem. Okay, and now just add a font size there, that will be 1 rem. Okay, this is already. And now add font weight. Yes, font weight is very important here. Just add font weight 400. Also opacity 1. Okay, also we need to write the index 15, and similarly we also need to write their transition will be all. Okay, and 0.7s and ease in out. Okay, so go back to there. How is cool that? Okay, now we need to add a hovering effect there. Now we are using their source as a CSS. Okay, I am just inside the p tag, and we need to hover. We need to use just background color. Okay, just background color in HSS. Guys, I just add the background color and color to this one. It is SLA 0% 52, and this one it's like something that it's very cool. When I go back to there and hover this one, okay, it's really cool. Yes, we need to add a space between there. Yes, space between, and add a one more property there will be cursor pointer, and instead of 5 rem we need to write 7 rem. Now guys, how is cool that? And maybe it is not working properly, and why it is not working? Of course guys, it no need to work because we just add a padding top instead of padding. Now guys, it's working properly. Guys, how it's cool that? We need to add some a border. Okay, we need to add some border radius. Border radius will be 0.345 rem. Okay, and just remove this one, and boom guys, it's really cool. Okay, now we need to just specify the position of our Tesla nav. Now their position will be position of this Tesla nav. This time goes to be fixed, top 0 and left also 0. Go back there, and guys, it goes to be fixed, but there is not spacing. Why it is not spacing there? Okay, yes, we need to write, yes, write also 0. Guys, it's cool, really cool. Just add a minimum height to our Tesla nav will be 5 ph. Okay, Guys, how it's cool that? How it's cool that? Okay, just add some padding there. Just add a padding there, not padding top, just add padding 0 and 3 REM. Guys, that's really cool. Okay, now what we need to do, just add a MyDoodai font in there. Okay, I am go there and I just copy this MyDoodai font and removing this class from there. Okay, save, go to navbar.js, inside there just paste. You see, it looks really cool. It looks really cool. Okay, guys, in the Navlinks I just added these media queries. When it goes to be 767 pixel, okay, font size decreases and padding also decreases. So save the changes and go to app.css. We need to add just media queries globally. When it goes to be 991 pixel, the class which we are going to apply display none, all the items will be display none, and this btn will be active. So just copy this class, go to navbar.js. okay, just add there and also add this class to this shop. Okay, means to say that instead of this piece, this we are adding there in the li. Okay, and also we are adding there in the li. Now save the changes, go back to there, refresh, and it looks like something that. Okay, now we need to add btn active class. Okay, just add btn active this p tag. Yes, it's cool, it's really cool. You see, we have active btn. Okay, we need to just add some height at 991 pixel in our navbar. I am just copy this media query, go to navbar.js. okay, and there I pasted there. Also increase the minimum height to 9vh. okay, to 9vh. It's cool, really cool, guys. It's really cool. Okay, so we need to write this code for this menu. Okay, so guys, we are working there with Navlinks as the API. Okay, so go to app.js and guys, I just pasted all the JSON data, means say that all the Navlinks which are displaying in our menu there. Okay, now we are exporting as a Navlink API, so it is a syntax of ECMAScript 2017. Okay guys, I told you already we are covering up each and everything which is inside the JavaScript, so it is the beauty of my channel. Okay, now go back to navbar.js. We just need to import as a object our Navlink API. I am just copy this one and just paste there Navlink API. Okay, where from the /api.js. okay, now if I again console.log this API, okay, Navlink API, again I am console.log. now you see in the console we have 19 items. Okay, we have 19 items which is looks like as API. Okay, so how is cool that, guys? How it's cool that? Again I am hard refreshing because it's saying a warning which is dev tool warning, it's not our code warning. Okay, now I removed this one. We need to just render there in a, again a component. I just type mobile nav inside there, need to map this API. Just say that Navlink API exist or map. Okay, I understand you all the logics there. If just add a value there or index there and just add a fact arrow function, it always returning something. Okay, what is happening going to be there? I just say that if Navlink exists there, then you need to render Navlink, otherwise you send me an error, your navlink does not exist. Okay, this is the logic behind there. And the map function is just mapping the value in front of our map links. Okay, so it is our map function which is very cool in the JavaScript. Okay, it always returning up array and a prototype and something. Okay, so I just using a li and also a p tag, and we need to remove this one. Okay, what I am gonna say that value dot links, which links that we define there. Okay, this is a selector of our navlinks. Okay, and this is the value. Okay, value dot navlinks, or we need to add a key. Sorry, just add a class name there. We need to add a key. Just type there index. Okay, and remove this class. I forget. Okay, now it's give me an error. Mobile, yes, mobile nav is not defined. Yes, we did not define mobile nav. Okay, so now there I am just say that mobile nav equal to style dot div. Now again, if I go back there, it's giving me a refreshing. Now guys, how it's cool that it's awesome guys. We are fetching a real-time API guys. It's cool, real cool. Okay, now I am just say that display will be flex. Okay, align items. What is this? Align items will be goes to center. Instead of center, we need a flex dot. Okay, flex direction, this time column, and justify content also we need to write the flex dot. Okay, and minimum height, this time will be auto because we are adding there a padding. Okay, which is 0 and it's 2 RE 1 REM. Okay, okay, yes, cool, really cool guys. How it's cool that. Okay, now we need just add a background color there, which is this one guys. I just copy paste box shadow and border transition. Okay, because it takes a lot of time. So it's really cool code. You can also write by own there, therefore I just copy paste. Okay, go back to there and look, it's displaying nothing, don't worry. Okay, now we need to just add a position. This time position also be fixed. Top will be 0. Okay, and the bottom will also be 0, and there right will be 0. We don't need to just add left. Okay, so now there we need to add overflow. Instead of overflow, just add overflow. Why? Because we need scrolling in the smart screen. Okay, and just add opacity to this also 1, and just add z index 2000. Yes guys, 2000. Really cool. Okay, now add some position width to this one. Now I am going to add position width this one 15 rem. Okay guys, it's really cool. Okay, now we need to remove just this one. Okay, and this list style type, and okay, now just style this list style. Okay, go back to top and again copy all the code from there, all this code from there. Okay, and now just paste it there. Okay guys, it's really cool. Now guys, we need to just add a padding. We need to just add a padding there. Okay, and this time padding will be 1 rem. Okay, yes, it's left right padding, and also there 1 rem, it's maybe 0.7. Oh, it's really cool. Okay, yes, 1 rem padding is too much. Just write as a 7 rem. It's also too much. 5 rem. This time it's really cool. Okay, now we need to just add this one. Okay, close one. Okay, so go to top of, go to there and just write there a div. Okay, to this div add a class name which will be close icon. Okay, to this close icon we are rendering again a image. Okay, the source will be close icon and the alternative name also this one, close icon image. Okay, now we need to use this selector at the top for importing the image. Just import their close icon from the images. Okay, and just go back to images folder, just this one, close. Okay, now go there, close.svg, save the changes, go back to there and it looks like this as. Okay, now copy this class close icon, enter there and also add a greater than sign close icon. Guys, it is a syntax to use class in the style components. Okay, so now there just add display flex, align items will be center. Okay, just center, justify content also center, and flex direction should be column. Okay, and now just add a padding. Yes, instead of padding top, simple padding will be from 1 rem. Yes, 1 rem, or we need to add some width, there will be 100%. Okay, and it's look like as. Okay, now go to image, inside this image I am going to add width will be 17 pixel, height auto. Okay, height will be there auto, object fit will be contain, opacity will be 1, or the index will also 2000. Now go back to there, looks it's in just center, but there it looks like in corner. How we can do that in the corner? Yes, we need to just write there flex n and also write there flex n. Okay, guys, how it's cool that it's really cool, guys, it's really cool. We all created our this one. Now we need to just add our hooks. Now guys, we need to just add on click functionality. When I click on this one, it goes to be false or true. Similarly, look there, it's a false or true, it's going to be a false or true. Okay, so now go back to there. Okay, we need to import use state hooks from the React. Okay, use state hook from the React, and I am just typing there use state, and the syntax of use state will be use this one. Okay, oh, it's more space. Yes, the initial state will be false. Okay, guys, I understand you what is our use state hook. Just that's I'm just typing there set is menu open. Okay, or just start there menu open. Guys, it's really cool. Guys, use state hook is just like as a small functions in React.js. Okay, it is a boolean function. If guys there, this variable will handle the state, and this set is for or true or false. Okay, I understand you when it goes to be worked. Okay, we need to just write as show because it's a selector, and there I am just typing menu open. Okay, I am just importing this function to their menu open. Okay, and now what I am gonna do, we need to just call the function, this show parameter in the CSS. Just write there. Okay, just write in the mobile name. Okay, just write in the mobile name. I am gonna say we are using there again props, and for using their props we are using their dollar sign, and this one just type their pros and it's the inline function. Okay, and again I am say that pros dot show. Okay, pros dot show, and this is going to be a ternary function. Okay, this is going to be a ternary operator, and say that this flex or display will be none, and it's also be in there. Okay, guys, what is the happening will be there. We are using their show parameter as a function, and I am say that if show there exist, then display will be flex or display will be none. It's just simple mean. Okay, now when we need to display will be flex and when we need to display will be none. When I click on this one, it goes to be none, and when I click this one, it goes to be flex. Okay, this is the main functionality of this function, and in simple words, when I click this one, it is show. When I click one, it is none. So this is the term, this is the working of that statement. Okay, so I am go on the top of my code and just I copy there from this one, and I just say that to this close icon, I just say that when it goes to the on click function, okay, you need to run a inline function. There will be set is menu open, and this close one will be goes to the false. Okay, and similarly we need to add their on click function. Okay, and this one will be goes to true. Okay, now go back to our website. When I click there, it goes to be open and close. Guys, how it's cool that we almost complete our website. Okay, it's working 100%. Guys, we need to hide this scroll bar. I am going to the Google. I am just type there WebKit scroll bar, and it's give me a site that mozilla.org. It's a developer site. Okay, it's tell me it is a syntax of WebKit scroll bar. Okay, now copy this one, go back to there and goes to our mobile nav. Okay, actual code mobile nav, this code, and in the bottom I am just going to say that this one WebKit scroll bar display none. Simple, display none. And guys, how it's cool that, guys, how it's cool that when I goes to this small screen, it should be worked. Okay, in the iPhone SE, when I open the menu, guys, how it's cool that, really guys, really, there's no scroll bar showing there, and guys, it's really awesome. Okay, now maybe we need to decrease some padding at small devices. Okay, so go to there in the main nav. Okay, and just instead of this 3 rem, use 2 rem, and also just write there 1.5 rem. Okay, guys, how it's cool that, it's really cool, guys, really cool. Okay, yes guys, almost everything done. We need to just add these animations which is going to be done. Yes guys, these animations. Okay, now go to the Google and just start there React Reveal. Okay, this is the library for React to perform the animations. If I show you a demo, it's really cool, guys, really cool. Okay, we need to just install in just some seconds. We are using their bouncing effect. You can also use this fade, flip, rotate, zoom and everything, but I am using their bounce effect from the top and bottom, this one and this one. Okay, so go to documentation, just copy this script, go and add React Reveal. Okay, go to the VS Code, split again a new terminal by clicking this one, paste there, enter, and it is goes to be installing. Guys, still it is installing. We need to set up the, yes, we need to import this bounce from there. I am just copy paste from there. Okay, go to models.js, go to models.js, import there, and after importing I am bouncing this item text from the top. I just type there bounce. Okay, and in this bounce I just add a one parameter top. Okay, now just right there. It's really cool, guys. It's really cool. Okay, and similarly this one item I want that it's bounce from the bottom. Okay, it's bounce from the bottom, so I am bouncing this one from the bottom. Bounce from the bottom. Okay guys, just cut out this one. Yes, it's going to be this, and we need to just add a syntax there. Okay, and now it's cool, guys. I am deleting this terminal. Okay, goes back to the our project. Guys, how it's cool that really guys, I really love the Tesla. Okay, Teslas are amazing, guys. Teslas are amazing. Okay, but we did not have a footer. Oh, we forget the footer. Yes, we forget the footer. Now we need to just add the footer. Go to footer.js, add a blanket boilerplate footer. Okay, now just again I am typing there Tesla footer. Okay, this is the div. Okay, Tesla footer. Inside this Tesla footer I am using there again my neighbor links, or I am copying from previous. Guys, I just copied this from my previous project. Okay, so now we need to style this component Tesla footer. I am just importing style from style components. Okay, so just type there const and Tesla footer. Okay, this Tesla footer I just type there style dot footer, style dot footer. Yes, style dot footer. Okay, to this footer I am going to be display flex line items center, justify content will also be center, and flex direction should be row. Okay, so it's maybe working properly. We need to call this footer in the app.js. I am just typing there footer. Yes, it's importing automatically footer from the components footer.js. Go back to there, and it's really cool, guys. It's really cool. Okay, now we know we'll just go to neighbor.js. I am just copy again this code from there, all this code from there. Go to footer.js and just paste this code. Okay, just we need to add one more thing. There is that padding. The padding top will be 1 rem, sorry, and left at 0, padding top and bottom 1 rem. Guys, how it's cool that. Guys, how it's cool that we no need to add there just this hovering effect. Okay, we no need to just add a hovering effect, and this time I am using this 6.5. Okay, now guys, how it's cool that when I go to smart screen it should be very responsive, but it's not responsive. Yes, it's not responsive. Okay, it's not going to be wrapping. We need to wrap this one. Okay, just add there flex wrap will be wrap, and white space will be also no wrap. Okay, so it's goes to be there. It's goes to be there. Guys, how it's cool that. How it's cool that. Okay, again I am reset to default. Guys, it's looking very cool. Okay, we need to just remove this white space and just add the padding maybe. Yes, guys, we need to just hard refresh our website, and you see our footer is working perfectly. Guys, it's awesome, really cool. Okay guys, our website has completed successfully and we it done. Okay guys, it's really cool, really awesome website, guys. I loved it, Tesla. Okay, and guys, I hope that you loved it, and press the bell icon for latest update. Guys, we are going to add all these shop and account pages and detail of every models like official Tesla website. Okay, So it's going to be something like this. Okay, so thank you very much.
Game over.